Hi guys, Abhishek here from the Art Era, and I'm here today with a simple trick to use your watercolor for tree painting. I'm going to teach you guys two different ways of coloring a tree. One is for amateurs and one is for the intermediates who already know how to color the simple one. They can go for the other one, the last one I'm teaching over here. And over here you can see that mixing colors of different pigmentations, right? So it is really important that you start with mixing colors of tint. Tint means where you can see 70% of water, 30% of color. It makes the color very light and soft to use for the first time. And if you still not subscribed to my channel, kindly go and subscribe my channel first to see more amazing videos like this one, and like my work if you really love the works I'm doing over here. Comment what you want to see next from my side and share with your buddies who are really interested in art. So what we are looking at now is some vivid colors and bit of a brush strokes of different leaves and all, but the prominent of all needs to be the inner stroke of the leaves, right? What I am showing over here now. So a bit of a Prussian blue and a viridian green can do the work for you, like 60% of green and 20-25% of blue is mandatory of working on this one, and 20% of water needs to be there. So it is the second tone of the work, and we don't need to do too much of the work because it will look very cluttered. And I think we need to understand that less things is more important than more, right? So we can do less things, but prominently it will help us. Now we are starting with the stem of the tree. It is yellow ochre and burnt sienna. We are mixing it in a 50-50 ratio and making a kind of a burnt umber. So we can just start with the basic tone or the tint tone of the tree. Now we are just making a big gap in between the green and the brown. You can see it over here. Very carefully you have to do it because all the colors are not properly dry, so we have to be careful with what we are doing, and we have to do it very carefully. Let's see, you can see it over here that the green is just punching into the brown. We can manage it as we are working towards a form of art each and every day. We can do it easily, like but not all the people over here who are starting with watercolor. They have to be very careful and be patient, that don't try to do lots of things at a single time. Take your time, do one by one things. Like first you can start with the yellow and then give the green, and then you can just help with the leaves and all. Then you can come towards the stem of it. So one by one you have to complete it. Don't hurry. Patience is more important when I'm working on watercolor or something like that, and it is really important for each and every person. And you can see it over here what I'm doing. It is a finishing I'm working on now. If you really enjoy my video, kindly let me know that what you want to see next on the comments. And as this one is for the amateur, I'm writing over here this is for the amateur students who started with watercolor. So for the people, for the students, for those who started with watercolor, they can easily learn the technique of making it proper. And the next one, which is more important, that is for the intermediates. Now I am sharing something what is really important for this one is the grades of color. The first one is light green, then sharp green, then I'm using sharp green and a bit of brown to make it a bit more artistic, and then sharp green, brown and Prussian blue to make it dark. So the next one is for those who actually learn the first one properly and can do the first one in a very good way. So we're starting with the basic drawing of a tree, a bit more artistic lines and cluttered lines like an artist. The first one is like an amateur student. The second one, you can see it over here, I'm using my same pencil, just using the skills of my study to make it more beautiful. A bit more careless strokes. Feels like careless, not so much. It is actually the experience I'm gathered while working on different paintings, and it helps me all the time. So I know what I'm going to do, and I know is it right or wrong. So it is not always what you see. Sometimes it is like the experience and the essence of artistic impulsions. So over here on the left you can see so managed and so like ovalish kind of a tone of a tree. On the right you can see the real natural essence of a tree, no foundation, nothing, like the clutteriness inside the leaves, each and everywhere, the dark depth and lights merging beautifully. So this one is for those who already started working on watercolor, understand the color better than anyone else, and they can do it easily, because it is all about skills. It is not all about study and all, it is about skills, how much you are good using the water and the color percentage. If you are good at something, like if you are good at doing the management of color really well, then you can easily work on this one, the right one. The right one is not for cheers. Actually, it is for, I already told you, intermediates. We need to start with the left one. If you know how to color with the left one, you know how to just manage the color and water proportions of the left one, you can easily go down to the right one, and I'm really sure of it. So you can also see some difference between the gradients of colors, like the left one is more likely amateur tones and all, the right one is looking more artistic and brilliant on the color portions, right? Because the right one I'm using over here, the colors which are, we can say, the mature tones. The left one is immature tones. So what is mature and what is immature tone? Mature tones are like, these are not really, like what I can say you, like these are not really stuck on your eyes, okay, clearly. So you have to understand the balance between 2 or 3 colors. Like I'm using sharp green over here, but I'm not using sharp green, only sharp green on it. Like I'm using sharp green with a bit kind of a brown, a bit kind of Prussian blue. It helps me to manage the sharp green tone a bit more. And you can see the stems I'm working over here, the small branches of a tree. It looks so like cluttered, but it is beautiful because it is not bounded with colors and blocks and forms. It is very, very freedomic. Like you can see the lines are going like flowing on the tree. That's why it's looking better than any other work. That is the difference between an artist and an immature person. So you can see the difference, right? And practice more, see the full video to understand it better. Take your time, patiently working on the work, and I'm walking on the land over here, just managing a bit dark and light to make it like an artistic, like field kind of a effort I'm giving over here. And that is all for today, guys. And please subscribe to my channel, support me, that I can give more beautiful and artistic videos to you. Thank you very much. Bye bye, take care, love you all.